So today we celebrate the feast day of St. Barnabas, whose name literally means the son of encouragement. And he certainly is a saint who should be a great source of encouragement for us, that even though he's considered one of the apostles, he wasn't one of the original 12 that Jesus chose and Jesus sent. But he, in the Acts of the Apostles, he sold everything he had and he gave it to the church so they could distribute his funds accordingly as they see fit. And then he accompanied Paul on his journey, especially the early parts of his journey, of which Christians were a little bit hesitant to believe Paul, because this is the guy who was just literally persecuting them. This is the guy who was trying to kill them. Maybe they thought this was a bit of a trick even. But Barnabas was with him. Barnabas vouched for him. He encouraged the people to trust Paul, that he truly had an encounter with Jesus Christ, and so many were converted because of his encouragement of them. And then eventually there was a debate whether his cousin, St. Mark, would accompany Paul in different parts of the journey, and Paul wasn't so sure about it, and yet Barnabas encouraged Mark. He traveled with Mark, and they continued to evangelize, even though Paul wasn't so sure that he should be doing that in the first place. And eventually Barnabas gave his life. He was stoned to death in about 61 AD. I think it's really miraculous that outside of, the fact that he gave his life, we don't get evidence of the great sermons that he most certainly preached. We don't have evidence of any miracles that he most likely performed. What we remember most is that he was a man who encouraged others. He encouraged Paul in his difficult times. He encouraged Mark in his difficult times. He encouraged the people listening to those men to believe in Christ. His most memorable trait is that he looked for the best in others, and he encouraged them in their journey. And that should be a great source of encouragement for us, because we may never be able to perform great miracles. We may never get to come up here and preach such great sermons that whole vast armies of people are converted to Jesus Christ. That may not be what we're called to do. But we can encourage. We can see the best in people and encourage them in their life's journey, encourage them in their journey of faith, to walk with them, just as the Lord walks with them, just as the Lord walks with us. So today, as we reflect and thank St. Barnabas for all that he did, let us imitate him. Let us be sons and daughters of encouragement, looking out for those people in our life that need it, that may be down on their luck for whatever reason. Maybe they've abandoned hope for whatever reason. May we be sons and daughters of encouragement too, and walk with them, just as the Lord walks with them.